Every space remembers how it was used. Every ritual, every behavior outlives its walls. What follows are futures practiced before they happen. Water rationed by the leader. Desire regulated by ants. Animal migration routes as a shared path of life. A dying reef turned into pilgrimage. A system that sorts you by your hormone levels. These aren't endings, they are shapes of what's coming next. And what comes next will need a different kind of space to hold it, question it, host it, give it room to grow. These are rehearsals for rituals that don't exist yet. We are superFUTURES, a research-led speculative spatial design platform at the Royal College of Art. This year's brief, Ficta Ordo, or the fabricated system, the invented order, the not yet ritual, imagines structures for how life, human and otherwise, might cooperate and arrange itself next. Here spatial design starts with questions. What rituals are already being born, half-formed, not yet named? What kind of room is waiting for them? How might people perform in them years from now? We work from the premise that every routine we live by shapes the space it happens in. Habits, behaviors, rituals become the architecture of how we live together. Grounded in feminist and queer pedagogy, and taught by architects, filmmakers, and stage designers, superFUTURES students begin with real ecological data, policies, supply chains, and crises, and ask, if this keep unfolding, what would an ordinary day look like? What new relationships would they demand with animals, with machines, with each other? We use films, sets, costumes, and props not to predict an outcome, but to rehearse the feeling of what it's like to stand inside a future before it arrives, whether it's one we'd actually want or one we're afraid of. We test it emotionally and spatially, to show what it means to belong, to fear, to need a new kind of communication altogether. This year, superFUTURES worked alongside the Field Guide Network. Anthropologists, ethnographers, and cultural researchers brought in to sharpen and stress test the students' new orders. Among this multitude of fabricated systems and not yet rituals, new Ficta Orders emerge. Interspecies Ordo, rituals that renegotiate power, permission, and responsibility between humans and the more than human world. A dolphin push towards stardom in a rewilded marine economy. A silk heirloom passed mother to daughter, carrying a debt ode to the species that span it. A resident repairing an artificial seabed again and again just to keep his right to stay. None of these are metaphors, they are invitations for other species to enter the conversation. Intangible Ordo, rituals of the invisible, of the non-material world, where time, faith, and meaning take shape without physical form to order our lives. Breathable air, solved, regulated, eradicated. A surveillance system that watches women and nature as something to predict, manage, contain. A tarot deck restaged as therapy. A calendar no longer written by people, but by the rhythm of plants instead. How do you design for what can't be touched, for a grief that won't resolve, a damage that won't undo? Socio-digital Ordo, rituals born at the meeting point of community and the machine, reimagining how we gather, belong, and behave entangled with technology. A city that reads your behavior like a chameleon reads a threat. A world where checking in on your mothers needs a paid tier. A world where a trend cycle resets every 3 hours and you have to rebuild yourself each time. If belonging depends on what a system can read about you, what happens to everyone it reads wrong? These worlds feel familiar because they're close enough to imagine. Imagining them is how we rehearse for what's coming. Moving through what is, what if, and what then, superFUTURES anticipates, builds, and senses the future. New fabricated systems, new Ficta Ordos to rehearse the rituals of tomorrow.